Hello and welcome back to the Square in Eveningstar for our level 24 edition of Trials of the Tempest. We're going to try this time around the Eveningstar well. I've just got the Eveningstar 3 chain in the Demon Web to do, plus this one, and that's the sort of Underdark bits and pieces done. So that's nice. I'm getting used to hitting Crusade like the monk Cauldron was used when beset by a fairly large group of opponents. That coupled with our renewal usually sees me okay, unless in the face of a mob of psionics, in which case you're pretty much going to die anyway in our situation. What's this I've got written down? Oh yes, compared to my ranged character, who uses the no-step mist trance as well, but has a very low attack rate compared to purple swinging these two scimitars. This these boosts they'll just never run out pretty much because he attacks so quickly and so often, and has various ways of getting AoE into the attacks with the whirlwind and the dance of death. So I've never had any trouble with having a boost available when I wanted it, or a trance ability as it's known. Whereas on the ranger, with the plink 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 with the arrows, on occasion I have been known to run low in some of the longer quests. So that's an added little bonus that I hadn't allowed for, but nice to discover. Feat for 24, I took Empower Healing because there didn't seem to be too much else compelling to try. I could have taken 2 weapon defense, which would have given us, I think, 5 PRR and 1 AC, is it? Something like that. But I didn't think that would be too impactful. I thought we might get more use out of Empower Heal. It only works on this, sadly. I was hoping it might work on Crusade too. It would, of course, work on the Cure Wounds spells, but we'd have to pay extra to have that. So it'll do on renewal. 75 extra spell power on renewal isn't such a bad thing, especially as our positive spell power is pretty low anyway, 250. So that's I don't know, for you mathematicians out there, what is it, 75, 50? It's is it around a third extra power, or at least a quarter anyway? It's a nice percent, a nice chunk extra. Let's put it that way. It should be a noticeable boost. Oh, I can't see it because we haven't lost anything at the moment. All right, I will cut my shame there. Stop digging myself into a deeper hole and get the quest rolling. We're sticking with Elite while the Illithid event is going on. I'm not ashamed to say I've bloodied my nose often enough by dying in the first minutes of quests on Reaper to know that there just isn't any point at the moment, and that's fine. I do plan, if you've missed me saying it in previous episodes, to go back around this time and do the routine that we would have done on Reaper, all the chains and quests, and see how we go on, because I would like a valid comparison from this life to previous ones. I have added in the epic sapphire studded buckles from the level 21 kind of a big deal quest. We didn't drop them this time around, but I did check in his bank and found some there, so I thought let's go with those. A bit more convenient than always having to wait to re-equip the armour by using that shadowy item from the Night Revels event.
After a surprisingly long climb down the well, you find yourself in a cavernous expanse. You can see that the well water is fed by a petted underground stream.
So where it's just standard stuff, I expect us to do really well. I mean, you can see we're tearing them apart here, which is pretty awesome. So that's kind of more fuel for my argument that this character is definitely ready to try Reaper 1. I just can't make myself do it in the current climate, knowing that every crown is going to be a scion, and 2+ of those is just going to make a mess of your quest. It's not particularly fun, to be honest, at least with this melee character. So we'll continue as is, and we'll have a good go next time around. I think I'll do a little summary video perhaps of how we went on the second time around, by which time I'm sure the Illithid event will be finished.
The source of the poisoned water lies above and beyond this waterfall. You will need to find a way up in order to follow it. The cavern ahead looks different. You must be close to the surface once again. A Yuan-Ti priestess has raised a magical barrier, preventing you from passing further.
I think even though the difficulty is lower than we would normally run, you can still see the essentials, which are that there are many crits coming now, big numbers,
Tight crevices in the walls.
plenty of them, and we are in a really good place. Now this is a problem. 2 Illithids hit the crusade. Okay, not too bad. Okay, let's get him. And this is another issue. Even on Elite, the mini-boss Psionic is tough. As you can see, we're doing almost no damage on non-crits. So it's just a bit of a... Even if you're not in a life-threatening situation, as we weren't there, it's a bit of a bind to just knock them down. Had that been on Reaper, it would have been even worse, of course. Just sitting there, have a cup of tea for a few minutes while the thing takes its sweet time to die. I was expecting a tougher fight out of that one. I don't know what happened there.
Can be seen up ahead. The Yuan-Ti have gone to great pains to keep intruders out.
At least in coming in 1s and 2s as these are, the worst we can get at any one time is 2 Illithid, I guess. Considering I'm well, let's call me a melee novice, that's not too far off the mark. I think this build has done pretty nicely for me. It's been fun, effective. Have we actually got the... Oh no, that was a misplay. I didn't have the... Again there you saw a demonstration of the pathetic damage you get against any of the psionic mini-bosses. I think I'm right in saying the bosses themselves, the end bosses, can't be psionic, at least I hope not. Because if that dragon turns out to be one of those, we could be in for a long old haul.
you find yet another Yuan Ti barrier. You must be on the right track.
That's one of my worst elements with this build, remembering to keep re-triggering. The haste isn't really that important, but the no step miss certainly is. I think we have another source of I can't even get maximum use out of a haste boost here because they keep when there's a gap between the respawns. It's not like you're besieged. So I'll save the haste boost for her at the end, I think. We're doing alright so far on the psionic front anyway. Not seen too many of them, have we? Okay, boosting, and she's not psionic either. So look at the difference between that and the psionic one.
An acrid, sickly scent assails you. The source of the poison water must be close.
Now I've just noticed I don't have any poison neutralization potions, so this could end up very badly.
Green dragon has made this cavern his
unless
lair.
we can kill him quickly.
That must be the source of the Yuan Ti's poison. The great beast looks at you and speaks.
The little one's promised wealth.
He's not a psionic at least.
There's no need to rush. You know I'm always told not to play with my food. Let's make an exception. You're testing my patience, small one. I will melt the
I think we may be able to get rid of him quickly, judging on that. I think he's halfway down already. Come on. Let's do it. We've got one more boost left. Get the... oh my god, get out of there. Get the heals going again. Boost is back on. Remember, the spring attack thing allows me to move and attack and not lose my bonus. Yeah, especially considering I'd run out of poison potions, and you do need them to get rid of this. I think being on elite did me a favour there. I would probably have died there on Reaper because I wouldn't have been able to kill him quick enough, I don't think. And serve me right for running out. I'll go and collect some. I think... is it going to let me out, or is this going to keep interrupting? Oh no. I think we've seen enough there to see that the build's in a pretty decent place. Between the renewal heal and the crusade, which is on a fairly short cooldown, 20 seconds, and it lasts for... how long does it last? Duration 15, so you can have it more or less permanently up if you're in a situation where you're in a fight. And don't forget, it gives you 10% extra damage, and if you're a build using imbues, which we're not, you have an extra imbue dice from it as well. I think this stuff, as well as the healing, the damage and stuff applies also to your group mates if you have any. So that's really nice to have. Helps to be able to, just like the Monk's Cauldron, to be able to stand and fight in a situation where otherwise you might think, oh, I better get out of here. Okay, I think that about does it for 24. I will go and see what I can do in the Demon Web. And after that, I guess it'll be time for the Druid's Chain. So perhaps the next episode may be something from there. Thank you very much as always for looking, and I will speak to you soon. Take care.